It's Ronnie, and welcome to 12 Days of Christmas, day 3. Man, it's going by fast. I'm going to scrap this picture of my grandson, and he had volunteered at, it was Christmas party for foster children, and that dog isn't Percy. Percy's his dog. It's one of those comfort dogs to help the children be more relaxed, if they were a little bit nervous about being there. And of course, him dressed as an elf and Santa Claus and Mrs. Santa Claus being there helped too. Um, I'm going to use some scraps on this paper page, including that big green one. Y'all seen the little place I cut out of it. I seem to be doing that pretty often, but if I need something that color, if I can figure out just cover it up when I do the layout, I go for it. Now that green shaped paper in the background, I put a piece of red behind it, which I gutted, of course. I have so much trouble with them, so my goal is to use as many of them this year, and the year's almost over, and I still have some, but I don't think I'll have any more of these. I used this whole sheet, and then I used 2 halves, so I think they're gone. But they're dated 2012. I'm sure I got it after 2012, but still, they're kind of on the old side. And wait till you see what what the rubber ones look like, the rubber elements, embellishments that are I'm gonna pull out later look like. Oh my goodness. I literally had to pull out a wipey. Yeah. And since I backed that green one in red, I decided to go ahead and I knew I was going to back my picture in red and green, but I decided to also back the pieces of paper that I'm using to kind of make them pop. They are scraps, so, I am glad that I used them on the page, but I thought they needed to pop a little bit more. And I picked 2 things that had gray in it, just for something different. I like the gray in this layout, and I think I've skipped that a few times, but this time I'm using it. I did cut a chunk off the end of my banner to make it shorter, but then turn around and cut it to make it longer, just to save that little piece. The Ho 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 die cut that I used is from We Are Memory Keepers. Well, die that I used, but the die cut was the result. And I went ahead and did it in in red and white. And I'm going to put the red down and to the right just a tiny bit to kind of give an illusion of snow on top of the letters. Although it's not snowing, y'all can tell just by looking at it, it isn't. That was the thought that I was thinking when I did it that way. Sometimes I do it the opposite. Because of the layers behind my picture, I really needed something to bring part of the words, those 3 words, up. So I doubled my foam tape, and then I'm going to cut it in thin strips and add them to 4 of the letters. I did buy one of these collections and then turned around and got one as a gift. So I do have like double sticker sheets, double rub-ons. Any embellishment, I usually have lots of that left and not much paper. But let's talk about the hop. It is for 12 days. This is day 3. So you still got plenty to watch because there's more than one of us doing it. And Kathy Feigel's one started it. So I did a few days last year, but I'd already committed to something else. So I couldn't get all 12 days in. But some of these gals that are doing it did it all 12 days last year. And some will be filling in whenever they can. And did you see me gingerly test that rub on? I thought, well, if I test it there, because it's not brand new, and it is Bo Bunny. I think that's the Bo Bunny one. I could always put like a tag or something over the top of it, and nobody'd ever know that I messed up by trying to use a rub-on. It is amazing how well some work and how horribly some don't. I'm going to use my green tiny letters. They're from Jelly Bean Soup. And I'm going to put Santa's Helper, right above the home for the holidays. And yeah, because he was Santa's helper that night, he did a really good job. At least that's what they were saying in the church that where they had it at was saying on Facebook anyway. And that's where I got my pictures too. Now tomorrow's layout's going to contain an elf also. And on that one, I'm going to do some punch art instead of using my stickers. Since Casey was a little more mature of was an adult dressed as an elf, and tomorrow's with Jason isn't, I thought I'd do some punch art on it. Gosh, I think I've got at least 3 photos in the 12 days of Christmas that yeah, are gonna have elves. But they're all different elves, they're not the same ones. And of course, oh my goodness, these are those rubber ones. I went to pull that first one out, and oh my goodness, it was all slimy. And if you look in that little plastic thing, you'll see that it looks all slimy there too. And I didn't want to leave it. And I probably need to go ahead and clean behind the others because I just thought of that just now. I planned on doing it after the video, and I still haven't done it. But yeah, the glue turned to slime, and it's really nasty. I pulled out a wipey so I could clean. Oh, it was horrible. So if you have these on a scrapbook page, it could be that they have reached this point. But yeah, pull the backing off. Use your own adhesive. Don't use what they have in the packaging. But I decided to use glue dots on the back, and I'm not sure how well it's going to stick because guess what? I'm looking at the layout now and it is gone. I will have to go hunting for it. It was on earlier when I first picked the layout, so I'm figuring it's right around my chair here somewhere, the recliner. But yeah, I need to check both packages, clean everything up. And I think I'm going to pull out my red liner glue. I think that'll work. I thought a couple of tabs in red and green would look good at the top of the cluster in the center up there at the top, joy and a December story. Because yeah, this was December. I think it was maybe, I'm pretty sure it was getting close to the middle of the month when he done it. And he's really good at calling and telling me that I could get a picture somewhere or else texting it to me, and he'd text me and told me to check there. No, he called. Because I do remember me saying, I've already got it. They tagged you on it, and I got it. I thought I'd pull out enamel dots. Well, they're Christmas, but they're square. So it's a little bit different. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to use them. So I'm going to end up putting 1 and 2 square, well, I think it's 2 squares in each little cluster and 1 round one. And there wasn't enough to go around of different sizes. There was only 2 sizes. So I decided if I added the round one, that it'd still look good, and I use the squares because I've had these a while. Well, just so you all know, I had to stop editing the video and look for that ornament, that embellishment with the little Christmas tree. I found it, no adhesive on the back at all. So I went and got some other stuff and put on the back. I didn't find my red line tape. I think I know where it's at now, but I've picked the stickiest thing I had and put on there, and it seemed to go on better than before. So I think it's all right. And that's it. That's my layout. Be sure to check out the other gals down there below to see what they did today, which can be a layout or anything else Christmas related. I think most of mine, if not all of them, if not all of them, is going to be a layout though. And 12 by 12, I won't be doing no December daily. I don't have enough to do to fill the book, but I do have enough to do 12 by 12 pages and spread them out. There's that little round thing, and yes, it's on there now. I was able to get it to stick course, I thought I had it sticking finally last time. But yeah, Joy and a December Story. And I made that little tiny strip for him to do journaling there on the left. See it? He may need more. I'll just tell him to write on the back, or he can do it right underneath the photo, or even in the upper corner. But yeah, I did leave him a spot to do a little bit of journaling on. But if y'all leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But I hope y'all have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.